Hello everyone, great to have your company on 𝐾𝐞 TV. I'm Sage and you're watching the Buzzing Trends. And in today's show we'll be looking at the ASX listed stocks under the spotlight amid skyrocketing uranium prices. And in our first segment of the show today we'll be taking a closer look at Paladin Energy, Deep Yellow, Peninsula Energy, and in the second segment we'll take a look at nuclear energy and how it plays an important role in medicine and electricity generation. And the price of uranium has skyrocketed above $44 a pound, the highest since December 2012, on the back of a robust demand and supply crunch. The price of the raw uranium known as yellow cake is driven by a newly established physical uranium trust. The trust is managed by Canadian asset manager Sprott and began trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange in July. Meanwhile, the trust has purchased nearly £6 million of physical uranium from the market since its launch, tightening the market. The demand and supply imbalance created by the strong purchase of uranium has pushed its price to above $44 per pound, up from $30 per pound during the beginning of the year. And furthermore, the US and Chinese governments are supporting nuclear power as a part of their aim to limit carbon emissions and attain carbon neutrality. To achieve this great feat, the US is seeking funds from the infrastructure bill to revive the nuclear power industry, which contributes nearly 19% of the country's total electricity requirements. Now, while casting a glance at the supply side, most of the uranium-producing mines in the world have reduced their production during the second quarter of 2020 due to the COVID-19-led restrictions, creating a supply deficit, thus being responsible for the upswing seen in uranium prices lately. And that said, the World Nuclear Association has forecasted the demand for uranium to jump from £162 million in the current year to £206 million in 2030 and £292 million in 2040. Most of this increase in the demand for uranium is going to come from China, as it seeks to cut its emissions by switching to electricity generation through nuclear sources. And with this in mind, let's have a look at 3 uranium stocks listed on the ASX and their performance amid the skyrocketing uranium prices. And the first company on our list today is Paladin Energy. Based in Perth, Paladin Energy is a uranium player that holds 75% stakes in Namibia's 𝐊𝐴NG uranium mine. The project has already produced 43 million troy pounds of triuranium octoxide to date. However, the operations at the 𝐊𝐴NG were suspended in 2018 due to lower uranium prices. And in addition to this, Paladin also holds a vast uranium exploration and development portfolio globally. The shares of Paladin Energy were trading at 98 cents Australian during the mid-market trade this afternoon. And moving on to the next company on our list today, Deep Yellow. An ASX-listed advanced uranium exploration company, Deep Yellow, is focused on Namibian operations, and the company is led by a well-experienced and management team with a robust track record of uranium production and development. Deep Yellow holds an existing asset base in Namibia with significant progress on Tuma's project's definitive feasibility study. Deep Yellow is well funded to advance key work streams in 2021. And the shares of Deep Yellow were trading at $1.26 Australian during the mid-market trade this afternoon. Now, the next company on the list today is Peninsula Energy. Headquartered in Perth, Peninsula Energy is a uranium mining company that holds and operates its flagship Lance project in Wyoming, USA. The company is embarking on a project transformation initiative to change the project from an alkaline in situ recovery operation to a low pH ISR operation. And PEN has completed the placement of 13.4 million Australian dollars to support the purchase of 300,000 pounds of uranium in the June ending quarter. The company also sold 200,000 pounds of an impure mixture of uranium oxides at a realised cash price of $49.57 per pound during the period. The shares of Peninsula Energy was trading at 31 cents Australian during the mid-market trade this afternoon. And we've reached the final segment of the show, so let's now discuss nuclear energy and how it plays an important role in limiting carbon emissions. So nuclear energy, which is considered one of the cleanest sources of energy, is the energy stored in the nucleus or core of an atom. And nuclear energy can be used for various purposes, including electricity generation. Nuclear reactor-based power plants today can control nuclear fission for electricity production. And uranium pellets are used as a fuel in nuclear reactors to produce nuclear fission. During the process, atoms of uranium are forced to break apart in a nuclear reactor. And as the nucleus split, tiny particles known as fission products are formed. The energy released from the chain reaction results in a significant amount of heat, which is then used to produce steam for running turbines. It's through these technological advancements that the global call for green energy has cranked up the focus on nuclear energy. And governments around the globe are taking action to combat climate change and its impact on the environment. And the Paris Climate Agreement was adopted by 196 countries with the goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions, thus bringing the global average temperature 2 degrees Celsius lower compared to pre-industrial levels. And meanwhile, renewable energy sources like solar, wind and hydro power are already gaining traction, replacing conventional fossil fuels across the globe. Nearly 72% of new power plants globally used renewable source as their fuel in 2019, according to the data shared by the International Renewable Energy Agency. Additionally, the European Union generated nearly 38% of its total energy by using renewable resources in 2020, and around 11% of the total energy production in the US comes from renewables. There's been a long time debate over considering nuclear energy as a renewable energy source, as the fuel, uranium, used in nuclear reactors for power generation, is not a renewable source. And with that, it's now time to wrap up today's show. I hope you found today's show informative, and do stay tuned for more of the news and updates on 𝐊𝐶𝐼𝐴 TV Live. This is Sage signing off.